is. People don't like that. This video is about Misty Potter. She's one of the people that I've spoken about on my channel on many occasions. She's also one of the people that people made many fake accounts pretending to be. Not that it matters. She's never going to help turn, and it's always going to be some pity party about her because she's a fucking druggie. I'm expected to feel sorry for the goddamn druggies. Druggies don't care about anybody but themselves. When a druggie gets a hold of you to say, oh, I'm your friend, let's be friends on Facebook because we was friends in real life years ago. Well, you know what? We were friends in real life years ago until you showed me that it was one-sided, that I don't matter, that only what Misty wants to talk about matters, only what Misty has to say is important. You know how much that sucks? Do you? That no matter how much harm I go through, you're just gonna bitch at me? See, I'm not telling you about my problems to fucking trade stories. I'm telling you about the problems that I need help with from an actual friend, a real friend. But where are you and where have you been? You claim that you're in the hospital. Fine. Be in the hospital. If that's what you got to do to get better. But the thing is, you showed for the last 7 years you don't give a fuck about me. You want to tell me that you was in prison? Really? If you was in prison, how did you have time for all this other shit that you claimed you were doing? I mean, fuck. Then you tell me that you're in trouble because you're on parole and you violated it already. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's on you, not on me. Now, if you're bitching at me because you need help with this shit, I'm willing to help you with it. But goddamn, I help everybody with their shit. Nobody helps me with mine. They tell me what to do, what to think, and what to feel. Talk about themselves because they're more important than I am. They're more important than the experiences that I've had. They're more important than, well, obviously so important that we're not actually friends. I have literally over a dozen Misty Potter friend requests and accounts that I'm apparently friends with. I'm not friends with all of them. But here she is, she's making another one. You get to see how I tried so hard to get people to listen, but no matter what they want to do is reinterpret my words or ignore them altogether and talk about themselves. That's the problem with junkies. Are any of these junkies going to admit in public that they're junkies? Or that they couldn't find the time to help because they were too busy being junkies? Are they going to admit that they went to prison for being junkies? Are the ones who abuse children going to admit that they abused those children? See, that's one of the problems here in the United States. No real people. We got a bunch of fakes who care about popularity. And that's it. We got a bunch of veterans that think they're owed because they went and killed people in other countries. We got a bunch of women who think that they're owed because they were born with a vagina. We got a bunch of black people who think that they're owed because of slavery, well over 100 years ago. Meanwhile, we still have slavery today. That's right, slavery is still legal in the United States. Hello.
I know I haven't felt that in a long while.
I probably should have tried to panhandle up something to drink tonight. And I don't mean beer, I don't mean wine, I don't mean Jack Daniels. I probably should have spent more money on stuff to smoke, and I'm talking about tobaccos. Not crack. Not meth. Not heroin. But meanwhile, there's all these addicts who want to tell me about how we're friends, and then they want to get a hold of me and, oh, poor them, poor them. There's consequences for years of drug use. Oh, poor them, poor them. They're now having to live the consequences of ignoring their friends for years because drugs were more important. Don't get me wrong, I like Misty, I really do. I've known her almost 20 years. But she's been a drug addict the entire time. Christine Buhit, I knew her over 20 years. She was a drug addict the entire time. I met Jamie Curtis when she was 9 years old. When her and I started hanging out, she was a grown-ass adult and she was already addicted to meth. We live in a pretty disgusting world. Now I'm supposed to feel sorry for all these junkies out here, and you know what I do? I do feel sorry for them. But at the same time, none of them are ever going to lift the finger to help themselves, let alone to help me. So they're not worth working together with. What happens when a tweaker steals your things, right? What's the difference between a crackhead and a meth head? A crackhead will steal your stuff. A meth head will steal your stuff and help you look for it. Meanwhile, they'll both steal your shit. Both of them. Out here on the streets, you basically have to trust alcoholics, drug addicts, or people who are so infatuated with themselves that they're never going to stop talking about themselves. They don't care if you were just beaten or you were just raped. If you literally were just raped 10 minutes ago and you went to one of these homeless people here in Tillamook and told them you were just raped, what would they do? They'd tell you about how their cousin was raped in 1968 and how the cops didn't do shit about it. And then they'll get pissed off at you for being negative. And then they'll tell you every bad goddamn thing that's ever happened to them in their life while they're searching around for wherever the fuck they left their meth at. Then you got these motherfuckers out here smoking the blues. What do? They get these little blue pills, like wax, melts all over the place. And they smoke that shit in the parks here, Lillian A. Goodspeed Park. On any given night, you can find meth heads up there smoking that shit in the goddamn porta potties. Last night I went to the Lillian A. Goodspeed Park. 2 porta potties there. But nah, people had to poop in the parking lot. Why did they poop in the parking lot? There's 2 porta potties there. Well, somebody probably had to go, and there were probably people still nodding out in the bathroom with a fucking needle hanging out of their arm. Here's the thing about Misty. I told y'all that the only people who ever pretended I was a fucking human being are a bunch of junkies. I ain't never had sober friends. I have been the sober person in every group I've ever been a part of as an adult. Instead of, hey, this is my drunk friend Peter, it's, hey, this is my sober friend Sean. Oh, no, don't pass it to Sean. He doesn't smoke that shit. Don't pass that to Sean. He doesn't drink that shit. No matter how much abuse I go through, none of these people are ever gonna care. So why did they send me a friend request? Why would Misty send me another friend request? She's obviously not going to call and listen. Imagine that. Now, she did call earlier while I was on my way to go to the courthouse. Now, I needed to turn in crimes committed against me. And of course, there are a lot of crimes committed against me. Because every time that I tried to turn in crimes committed against me, I had to deal with more crimes being committed against me by law enforcement and mental health. Meanwhile, I got all these recordings that show these crimes committed, not that it matters. I got people like Misty Potter I gotta try to go to for help. Sorry, not Misty Potter. Misty Potter. Take the time to listen instead of talking over me. Don't send me a friend request if you don't want to be an actual friend. If you just want to talk about you and then fucking ignore me, then you're not being an actual friend. And there is no reason for you to send me a goddamn thing or to tell me about your personal business if we're not friends. I already know that we're not friends. Anything that I tell you, you're going to go out of your way to twist later into some evil thing. So I'd rather get it the fuck out of the way now, Misty. Maybe you're in the hospital, maybe you ain't. But if you're going to be a friend, actually be a friend. If you are always going to be too busy, you're a piece of shit, not a friend. When you literally are going to make any excuse not to even fucking try, then you are not a friend. If you cannot call and listen to the fucking victim, then you're not a goddamn friend. Maybe you're in the hospital, maybe you ain't. But the fact is, you don't give a fuck about me. You pretend to give a fuck about me because you want some attention. Right now. But I don't owe you that attention. You want to whine about your fucking life. Well, you know what? You're the one who did the fucking drugs. And I'm the one taking the abuse. Grayson Spath typed hi, Sean. Hi, Grayson. I'm thankful to that guy last night who gave me that $7 I wasted on coffee, and I used it to get the hell away from the parking lot while it was too loud. Just so you know, Grayson, I've been speaking up for you guys since I got here. Yeah, that stuff annoys me, and I do speak up about how it annoys me. But I also say in nearly all the videos about those situations that, yeah, I'm from a fucking small town, dude. Chapel, Nebraska, 500 people. 500. There ain't no stoplight in Chapel, Nebraska. The closest we got is one of the railroad crossings. Ding, 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 ding. I'd like to get something to drink. I'm too broke. I was hoping there was only 30 days in this month. At least I got my disability money coming in, but it doesn't do me any good without a friend or family member who gives a shit. Anyway, I got to deal with that goddamn stalker. His name is James Murphy. There's multiple recordings on my YouTube channel of the guy harassing me. There's also me going around all the services I'm supposed to go to get help. And me being blown off by all of them. I can't turn off my disabilities or the way that people treat me because of them. I can't defend myself against people's assumptions and wives' tales. Oh, we got another fake account on here. This one's another one of the Ted Turner accounts. How many of these have I blocked? Well over 200 by now. Wants to call me Lenny. How cute. What do we do with these bastards? I'd use her on this channel. Then we take a picture of it to show that it's the truth. Them Ted Turner accounts, they're pretty popular. Ted Turner, Ted Burner. There's a guy who calls himself Rich Life of. Sometimes it's Rich Life of Ativan. Sometimes it's Rich Life of 666. Sometimes it's Rich Life of Haldol. Some situations you can get away from, and some of them you can't. And you have to know that there's a goddamn difference. Now with Misty Potter, she's someone I've known for a lot of years. A lot more years than I've known Claire. Misty Potter's kids were human trafficked in a place called Grants Pass. Let's find out where Grants Pass is. Mind you, I know Misty Potter in person from Colorado. Grants Pass is here in Oregon. Take me to Grants Pass. See how far away it is. By the way, this is one of the places that I was being informed in Portland that Norteños are trafficking people through here. Whether or not that's true, I don't know. Grants Pass, Oregon, 4 hours and 50 minutes, so it's quite a ways away from here. 275.4 miles from Tillamook, Oregon. When it comes to abuse against at-risk adults, there's the protocol that's supposed to be followed by mandated reporters. That's police officers, hospital staff, mental health workers, first responders, teachers. How many of them kids hang out there at the Tillamook Sporting Goods parking lot? How many of them know who they're supposed to go to if they're raped? How many of them know who they're supposed to go to if they're beaten? I grew up in the system. I've been raped, I've been beaten. Men aren't supposed to admit to that. We're supposed to pretend we're big Billy badasses and we can take on the whole world by ourselves. Well, that's just ignorant and stupid. And it doesn't stop the abuse, it doesn't stop the killing, it doesn't stop the fact that men are the most likely to be abused in America. Especially if they're disabled, especially if they're homeless. People downplay literally everything that I'm going through. Turn everything into a goddamn joke. When I set boundaries, I got to deal with people walking right over the top of those boundaries. You know, it's not that difficult to be respectful and just not use the N-word. When somebody says they don't like that word, that doesn't mean say it over and over and over again. That doesn't mean go out of your way to be antagonistic as you possibly fucking can. And that is exactly what it is. No matter how you try to play it off, that is exactly what it is. I don't mind talking to them youngins, having an actual conversation, but when it's all about just being condescending bricks, fuck. That doesn't help anybody. Oh, we got another one of my stalkers here. Types that my punishment or my abuse is punishment from God. There is no God. Y'all prove that. Hide user on this channel. And blam, he goes away. That's fucking easy. I can do that on the internet. I can't do that in real life. I can't do that with James Murphy. There's also a lot of people here who are real uppity because they're white. And they know exactly how to manipulate the system. Oh, it's alright for them to bully people, isn't it? Those people can't defend themselves because, of course, you play the I'm a little kid. Well, you know what? I don't want to hang out with little kids. There's some of those people. They're still youngins. Dallas is one of them youngins. Sure, he's not 16 or 17. He is legally an adult, and that's the reason that I talk to him. Because he is an adult. Because regardless of what other people think, he is an adult. As far as Natalie Bollinger goes, I didn't even know her name until she was an adult. I knew who she was before that because she hung out with junkies. I got to deal with a lot of stalkers. A lot of them. I'm not doing well. Not that anybody cares to do anything to stop it. Between looking at evidence and telling me, oh, my friend would that. Well, if your friend is recorded doing that, then it doesn't really matter what your fucking opinion is. Regardless of if that friend of yours is a cop or not. Let's see, what card is this for? Sergeant James Harrell, City of Tillamook. What a douche. Anyway, I don't have the money to buy anything here, obviously. So there's no reason for me to stick around and wait for my $822 check to come through. It won't be here till tomorrow night. Take me to Tillamook Sporting Goods. Tillamook Sporting Goods. Everything down there is closed. Here, most of the people here at the Safeway are nice to me. They know who I am. They know I'm not out to hurt them or anybody else. But there are still people that I have to worry about here. There's still employees here I have to worry about. When it comes to turning in that stalker, I have to worry about every employee because none of them would help me to turn it in. Now, I do believe that Cynthia might waylay on somebody if they try to hurt me, so I hope nobody does anything in front of her. But the fact is, I have to be afraid everywhere I go, because I am abused everywhere I go. And instead of trying to understand it, I get talked over and talked at like it's my decision, like it's my fault. When it comes to Misty Potter, you know, she's apparently spent 7 years in prison, so of course she could definitely help me turn in all of the fake Misty Potter accounts that I've received in that time. No matter what, there's always going to be some reason why she can't try. Take me to Tillamook Sporting Goods. Yeah, that's not going to work. Never trust an adult that asks you to keep secrets. Ever. With the youngins here in the parking lot, not only did I not ask them to keep secrets, I informed them that they should probably let their parents know I exist, and they should probably look up the name Natalie Bollinger. You should take a look at what it is like when you stand up to predators as a real man. A real man, not a fucking racist Tillamook fuck. Not a scrawny little fucking shitbrick who thinks it's alright to bully. Not sure if you noticed, but I make fun of skinny people. I make fun of fat people. I make fun of healthy people. I try to be pretty equal with my shittiness. If you're going to be a friend, be a friend. But be a real friend. If you're not going to be a real friend, there's no reason for you to be in my life. There's no reason for Misty to get a hold of me to pretend like she want to be friends. When no matter what, she's just going to talk over me, type over me. That don't help anybody. At least her messages between her and I show that I did try to get help. I did try to inform people. It also shows that I told the truth about how, who the hell am I going to go to but a bunch of junkies? It's like going to a goddamn AA meeting. Going to a fucking AA meeting doesn't stop abuse. Whining about your alcoholism doesn't stop abuse. Whining about your meth use doesn't stop abuse. Y'all don't stop to take a look at how much of abuse I've actually had to go through. You don't look at the fact that I literally can't stop people from abusing me. There is no way. But you don't want to hear that. It's not popular. You want to tell me about your back problems, don't want to hear about mine. Meanwhile, you don't want to help with your problems. You just want somebody to bitch at. I'm trying to get help stopping abuse that I've had to endure for literally years. When you want to tell me about all your problems, hey, guess what? You're not helping me with any of mine. Why the fuck should I stop anything that I'm doing to fucking help you or even listen to you for that matter? Kind of like, why should I listen to them youngins when they scream at me and want me to go over there when all they're going to do is start saying the N-word and being antagonistic assholes? Why would I go to the cops when all they do is talk over me and send me to mental health for mental health to say it's not their fucking job? God bless America and all that shit. Anyway, I'm going to have to end this video because I'm going to need to use my camera, or sorry, my phone here in order to... Oh, wait, no. Now I don't. I guess it did finally hook up. That's nice. Now it's time to get out there and start my vehicle up and fucking have fun at the Mickey Mouse Club, right? Let's see if we can use the light on this thing. If you didn't help me before, when we were friends in real life, don't send me a fucking friend request and type at me. Don't tell me about all your fucking problems if you're not going to listen to any of mine. Don't give me a different set of rules than you have for others. If you're going to be selfish, whether it be typing or talking, don't pretend to be my fucking friend, just go away. Pretty simple. Well, it looks like I can't find any of my lighters right now. That's pretty useful. On the bright side, Scott gave me a gas can, so I have a gas can, not that I have any gas. Now that I found a lighter, I lost my cigarette. Oh, there it is. See, I don't get to tell people what's going on because they're not going to let me. That's why I have a YouTube channel. You can't shut me up here. If you want to get on here and be a troll, I can block you. You want to type the N-word on my channel, I can block you. You want to call girls tuna on my channel, I can block you. In real life, I gotta expend resources I don't fucking have to get the hell away from you. Someone calling themselves Alfie Templar typed, "Hey, buddy." We're not buddies, and I don't know you. I know Misty Potter. And I know Grayson. I met both of them in real life. I've known Misty Potter for almost 20 years. Grayson is one of them youngins who hangs out at the Tillamook parking lot. Now, he was typing to me yesterday that some of them comments, well, that's fine. You're allowed to have friends. You are allowed to have friends. He wanted to type to me at me over there. Well, lots of people were screaming my name. You can hear them on my YouTube channel. So if Grayson isn't one of the people screaming shit at me on my YouTube channel, great, but that doesn't mean that nobody is. When you want to say nobody, 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 which nobodies are you talking about? Kind of reminds me of the Odyssey. The Odyssey or the Iliad? I suppose it's probably too young a generation to understand that reference anyway. When it comes to abuse against at-risk adults, we're at higher risk than kids for a reason. You know, one thing that's worse than growing up in the system, getting beaten up for the color of my skin, beaten, raped because nobody gave a fuck. Was having to come to a fucking small town anywhere in America and believe that you're going to be treated like a human being. You better be fucking pretty or have money. That's what small towns care about, pretty and money. A lot of small towns got homeless people popping up that didn't ever have any homeless people in them before. There's nowhere for them to go. You done spent all that money because you don't want any hobos getting free stuff, so you'll spend $100,000 a year to have them locked up in prison or jail. How many homeless people can get into housing for that? Alpha Templar type. The biggest issues we have is people trying. I don't need people to be nice. Nice isn't real. Nice isn't real. A lot of people want to tell me about the Jesus as an example of a good man. Well, Jesus was not nice. He was not fucking nice. I'm not sure how many of you have actually read the goddamn Bible, but no, Jesus was not nice. He taught kindness, but he absolutely did act in a nice way for most of it. When he did nice things, he admitted that they were wrong of him to do them. Like when he turned water into wine at his cousin's wedding. Well, great. Great use of divine power. Jesus also flipped over tables and chased motherfuckers with a whip. How does that feel? United States is a disgusting. And the only people who don't think so are the ones who are pampered. The ones who think they got it bad. Oh, there's a lot of them. They think they got it bad. They want to tell you about how hard they got it because they have to work. Jesus fucking Christ, you lucky bastard, you get to work. That is a goddamn privilege. Getting paid a decent wage is another goddamn privilege. It's not a right. You're not going to pay somebody who's got Down syndrome $100,000 a year for cleaning toilets. No, you want somebody who's good looking and tall and fits nicely in a business suit. If they have weird or odd quirks, you don't want them. You want somebody else. Somebody got Tourette syndrome, you don't want them working. They twitch weird and it freaks people out. You can't have an autistic person working for you. You're too busy trying to pretend and teach people that autistic people are all fucking retarded or don't have real emotions. And obviously that's not all directed at you, Alfie. Alfie Templar type Jeebus is as real as the Hulk. I call him the Jeebus too. I like the story. If I think of Jesus as a man, he's there to love, including when he chased motherfuckers with a whip. But the moment you start talking about him as if he's, you show what horribly messed up people you are. It's a horrible way to think. Jesus is as real as the Hulk. Alfie Templar typed a message. Says this message is held for review. Did you get that scumfuck stalker taken care of today? I did not have a good connection all day. I am not sure what video clip to catch up on. No, I didn't get him taken care of today. Susan did try, but she doesn't understand as much. The things that she does understand are... Well, did I push hide or show? It's not giving me the option of either one. Anyway, sorry, I'm not trying to hold it for review or anything. It's not giving me the option of doing anything with it. Showing it or otherwise. No, I didn't get it taken care of because I need someone to call and actually seriously speak up. The situation with Susan, she did a great job. Would have been an even greater job if we'd have been able to record the whole thing, but it was in the basement there at the courthouse. Cody Hoffert typed opinion on 9/11. I think calling them is a waste of time if you're homeless. Whether or not it was an inside job, I don't give a fuck. I have real goddamn problems. Real problems. I don't give a fuck about 9/11. What I give a fuck about is the excuses that came out of it that are used to harm every single one of us. To deny us our rights as human beings. The same as they used COVID. To deny us our rights as human beings. Oh, we have to do things differently because of COVID. Huh. Well, that's fucking cute. Alright, looks like somebody got to all the ashtrays here already. It also looks like none of them youngins are down here in the parking lot, which is nice. Hopefully it means no turn around until 2 o'clock in the morning, at least for a night. It is nice to be able to get sleep once in a great while. Not have to wait until the youngins get done fucking around with their goddamn trucks. I understand this is the only place they have to go and fuck. Well, one of the only places they have to go fuck around. I'm gonna end this video. Misty, not gonna watch all 45 minutes. She's probably not gonna give a shit. She'll probably see the front cover of it, flip shit, and block me. Which is better than pretending to be my friend by a lot. If you're gonna be my friend, be my friend. But if you ain't gonna help me to turn in abuse, you're not a friend. If any of them youngins out here were victimized in a serious way, do you really think I'd just stand here and watch? I'd pull out my camera, I'd start recording, and I'd make some real loud fucking noises. I've done that time and again on my channel. You can see it with your own two eyes and hear it with your own two ears. I get the attention of the predator. I get it focused on me. Oh, looks like there are a bunch of youngins here tonight. They're not yelling. They're not screaming or shouting. Well, there they start with the N-word already. Of course they're not yelling at me. Of course they're... Alfie Templar typed, yeah, stand in line 6 feet apart, stand in doorways, don't breathe. That's right, and no cigarettes unless the lights are off and under the blankets. Them youngins are...
We're unwelcome here.
Now isn't that cute? First thing they do when I come into view is start yelling racist slurs. And then of course there's the megaphone thing.
We're not saying anything racist. We just do not like your time.
There's a whole group of them, about 6 or 7 of them over there. Fuck it, let's just take a look. We'll even zoom it in on them.
Quit fucking filming us! You don't have my right to film me? Please go away. Yeah, where he's from? Yeah!
You think it's funny. It's entertaining to them.
Hey! You know I like those derogatory terms. That was a kid in the white shirt, by the way. Can you please stop filming us, sir? We do not like it. We're watching you currently. Everyone start recording him. I'm not actually gonna, but
I'm not sure if anybody notices, but I'm fine with being recorded. So what do you think, Alfie Templar? Good quality entertainment?
Sir, I need you to stop filming the Ford Focus. It is government owned and you don't have the right to film it. It may look reptile, it may be love that thing. It's not even mine. Please go away. Please go away. Stop it!
Obviously. I didn't say anything to them. They started yelling. Started yelling the N-word. Well, that didn't work out too good. Anyway, no more ashtrays down this direction. I got enough snipes to last me a few minutes. that looks safe. I'm not sure if that youngin' on the back of that vehicle is exactly a safe thing to do on a vehicle. Dude. Alfie Templar type. Get out of that shithole town. Dude, it's every town. I'm not sure if you noticed. Maybe you should look at the stuff from Hood River. That stalker who stalked me here stalked me from Hood River. Tried to assault me in Hood River and threatened to kill me in Hood River. Hurry up. You are such an obnoxious fuckhead. Looks like someone had a bad night. Those guys are fucking hateful.
They don't like it because you're on live.
I have to. I used to record not live, but that allows predators to do things to prevent me from having it out there so people can see.
I don't know how much of that.
Hell, it's better than nothing. Be safe.
Take it easy.
Hell yeah, there's a backward fence there. Alfie Templar typed, natural selection is fun. Well, you know, natural selection or not, I don't want that little kid falling off and ending up dead. You also get to hear, of course, people don't like when I tell the truth. They don't like when they do something fucked up and it's recorded, because then there's proof that they did it. Well, you know what? The things I did, but I speak up about them. I admit to them. If I break the law, you goddamn right I'll do it loud and proud. What did I do when Ryan Ingersoll was beating on Amy Cleany Kingery's kids? I made 3 calls anonymously that didn't do shit. I made 3 calls to the police live on YouTube that didn't do shit. When it comes to child abuse, yeah, I'm definitely the guy you want to go to if you're being abused as a kid. Because I'm a mean son of a bitch who's going to speak up and fight for your goddamn rights. Ain't nobody going to do that for me. Now, one thing that's easy to do is block predators on YouTube. It's pretty easy to block predators on Facebook. Blocking predators in real life, well, that's not as easy. Moving over and over and over again. I got nowhere to go! It's either I do what you want, right when you want, or you bully me and harass me. I'm used to it. I grew up in the system. I'm also a big Billy badass. Grrr. I'm 10 foot tall and bulletproof. Oh, speaking of bulletproof, is that a 9mm Luger Parabellum? My God, it is. 9mm Luger. brass case, full metal jacket. Beautiful. Now, Alley Templar, the situation with that stalker from Hood River. I posted up a few times on my Facebook today the conversation with Logan and Shayna about that man and his predatory actions. The fact that I've already gone to the police over a dozen times just here alone about that man, just here in Tillamook. And no matter what, I'm just going to get talked over. Now, a lot of you guys, you watch my channel, you pay attention to it, but you never do anything about it. You never call it in. Of course, if I do anything on my channel at all, somebody going to call it in. Oh my God, that scary man! I'm afraid he's going to hurt me. Oh my God, he looks at me, he's rapey. Of course, was I the one yelling the youngins wanted to... Of course, they're angry about being recorded misbehaving. And of course, how do they act when they've been busted misbehaving? The way all of you act when you've been busted misbehaving. You throw tantrums, and how dare they catch you? How dare they? Oh my God, that evil asshole recorded us saying the N-word. Oh my God. For them, it's all fun and games. The reality is, there's nothing fun about it. Them yelling the N-word. I'm used to that. Now, of course, tonight they're extra angry, so they want to scream at me and call me a pedophile. Jesus fucking Christ. And this is why youngins should be supervised. If your son chooses to come out here and victimize homeless people, that's partially his decision. And it's also partially you being a fucking shitty goddamn parent. How many of them racist assholes at the Fred Meyer's Starbucks and over at the McDonald's, how many of them racist customers are the parents of these shitty kids? Now, don't get me wrong, not all of them are shitty. But the ones that ain't shitty are just gonna watch. They're not gonna stand up to their peers. And that's the way it is in every small town. Yeah, you'll let them almost be a part of your group as long as they shut up and just take your abuse. That girl they call Tuna, she wants to be popular. She wants those people to like her. She wants them to be her friends. She makes sure she uses the N-word too to make them happy. Maybe she'll fit in more if she uses the N-word. Right? Maybe they'll like her more. Maybe they'll want to be her actual friends instead of just pretending because they think she might put out. Or because she'll just let them call her Tuna. Well, if she wants to take it, that's on her. If she wants to turn them in, I got it recorded, them calling her Tuna. Among other things. But this also shows what America is really like and how you've taught your kids to be. If they bully somebody, it's the person they bullied's fault, isn't it? Well, hell no. I ain't dumb enough to fall for that shit. Then again, I'm not you.